أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today's topic will be, inshallah, our next set of rules will be the rules of Laam sakinah. What are the rules of Laam sakinah? We see Laam sakinah in the Quran in these as a noun. Laam sakin when it comes in a noun. Laam when it comes in a particle. Laam when it comes as a command. And the Laam that comes in a verb. And the Laam that comes in the definite article al. So you remember, al is the article that is attached to a noun and it means the. Okay, it makes something from a common noun to a more proper noun. Okay, inshallah, we will discuss this in detail in today's class, inshallah. Okay, the first one is Laam of the definite article, the, right? Now, when you see al, you will always see al followed by a noun because this al is a way to identify a noun too, right? Because it makes a common noun into a proper noun. It makes it marifa. According to the Arabic term, it makes something nakira from nakira into marifa. So, like if I say baytun, baytun is a common noun. That is, baytun means any house. But when I add an al to baytun, the tanween drops. The tanween of baytun drops, and it becomes al-baytu, al-baytu. So this al makes a common noun like house into the house. Okay. So al adds is a definite article, remember this, and it makes a common noun into a proper noun. Okay. So the definition of the definite article al, it is an extra lam sakina added to the basic makeup of the word, in this case a noun. So we will see this noun always preceded by a hamzatul wasl. So when I see allo here, I know that in al I have a straight line, and this straight line is a hamzatul wasl. Okay, that's why you don't have on this straight line, you don't see a hamza written, because this hamzatul wasl can be dropped. Okay, if you start with the Hamzatul Wasl, you will give it a harka. In al, it will be a fatha. But if it comes in the middle of the sentence or between two words, you can drop this Hamzatul Wasl. Okay, so this is the Lam Sakin that follows the Hamzatul Wasl in the makeup of the word al. Okay, the noun that is following it will have only a single harakat. It will not be followed by a double haraka. Like it will not be followed by fathatain, kasratain, dammatain, but it will be followed by a fatha, kasra, or a damma. Okay. The noun that follows the definite article al may be a regular noun. As I said, regular noun is a noun like al-baytu, right? That's a regular noun. That is when if I separate the al from bayt, right? I can separate the al and I can make the noun stand by itself. Like al, if I remove from al, it will become baytul. Now we have also al in nouns that are irregular. So now look at the next category here. Or it may be irregular in that it cannot be broken down further from the lam of al in the words alladhi and allati. Now if I break down the word alladhi, allati, it won't make sense. If I remove the al from alladhi, I have the words al. This is what I'm talking about. If I break these down, I'll have the word al and I'll have the word, right? I'll have this word. Do they make sense? No. They have to be together to make sense, right? The same with allati. I can't break the al away from the ti. But when I say al baytu, al baytu, I can break this into, I can break it into al. Sorry, my pen is not cooperating with me. And I can break it into baytun. Okay, once I break it, this by two will become baytun. Okay, I can break them, I can make them apart, and it makes perfect sense. Al becomes the, and baytun becomes a house. Okay, but in the other ones where it is irregular, what's happening? I cannot separate the al from the words like alladhi, allati. Okay, the alif and lam of the definite article can precede a noun beginning with any of the Arabic letters and alphabets, and I will go through that in detail. Okay. There are two possibilities in the rule of lam al-ta'arif. One is you have an idhar, the lam, when it stands on its own, right? When the lam of al, we're talking about the lam of al. Okay, here you keep in mind we are talking about lam al-ta'arif. And what is lam al-ta'arif? Lam al-ta'arif is the lam of the word al. Okay, so we are talking about lam al-ta'arif. When I say lam al-ta'arif, I'm talking about the lam in the word al. So there are two types of lam al-ta'arif. One is the lam of idhar in the word al, and then you have the lam in the word al when it does idgham. Okay, so what is lam al-ta'arif with idhar on the lam? If the definite article lam in al, if the definite article, the lam in the al, precedes a noun beginning with any of the 14 letters in the group. And what are the 14 letters? You have the letters Hamza Ba, Ghain Ha, Jim, Kaf, Waw, Khaf, Fa, Ain, Qaf, Ya, Mim, and Ha. It is said clearly, and this is called the idhar qamari. Okay, these are called qamari letters. So these are all qamari letters. So when the qamari letters follow the word al, when the qamari letters follow the word al, what do? You will read the lam with a sukoon, and it will be read clearly. I hope that makes sense. Okay, just let me point that out to you. Let me write this out to you so that it makes more sense. Now, as we were taking the example of ba, right? You have ba here in the qamari letter. So we'll just continue with that example, and I will say, okay, al. Okay, this is al, baytu. Okay, now if you read the word al baytu, you will read it. You will read the lam here. You can hear the sound of the lam. Al baytu. So the letter that follows the al, this ba letter, is called a qamari letter. Okay, it's called a qamari letter, and the lam is called lamul, the lam of the definite article, and it is idhar. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The lam is then called lamul qamariya. Okay, the lam is called lamul qamariya, and the letter that follows the lam in the word, in the noun that follows al, is called a qamari letter. Okay, so all the qamari letters you will see hamza, ba, ghain, all these when you read, when they follow an al, you will read the lam of the al. I hope that makes sense. The next one is idgham. Lamul idgham in the word, in the letter al, when the al is followed by the shamsi letters here. And what are the shamsi letters? What do you see here? The shamsi letters. They are 14 in number. So we have 14 qamari letters and 14 shamsi letters. So when al is followed by these letters, then the lam of al will merge into these letters. Okay? The lam of al will merge into these letters. Like when you see, let me give you an example. Let's take the example. Sorry, sister. Okay, let me just erase this and I will show you the next one here. The letters of Shamsiya, when they follow the Lamul Tarif. As you know, Lamul Tarif is al. The word al is Lamul Tarif. And why is it called Lamul Tarif? Because it makes a common noun into a proper noun. So when al is followed by the Shamsiya letter, let's take As-Sabirina, right? Okay. As-Sabirina. Okay, let's take the word As-Sabirina. Now you have the word al here, followed by a Shamsi letter, which is a Swad is a Shamsi letter, as you see here. And when I read the word al with Sabirina, then I will not read it as al Sabirina. I will not read it as al Sabirina. I will merge this lam into the Sad. That's the rule. When lam sakin of lam or lam ta'arif of the word al is followed by a Shamsi letter, then the lam will merge with the Sad and you will not hear the sound of the lam. Okay? You will only hear the sound of the Sad. And how do you know that? You will see a shadda here. You will know that this lam is the lam of idgham. You know that there's idgham happening here because you will see a shadda on the letter that follows the al. Okay? And you know that the letter that is following the al is a Shamsi letter. And that's the reason why the lam has merged into it. And now you do not hear the sound of the lam. So when you read it, you say, As-Sabirina. Okay, I will not say Al-Sabirina. Okay. So now you know we have two examples where you have idhar of the lam of tarif, and you know what, and when does that happen? When it is followed by Qamari letters, which is in this group here. There are 14. And when the lam of ta'arif is followed by the Shamsi letters, the lam will merge into the Shamsi letters, and that's indicated by a shadda on the letter that follows the lam, and you will not hear the sound of the lam. Okay? So now this lam is called Lam Shamsiya. The lam of al is now called Lam Shamsiya, and all Lam Shamsiya, they make idgham. Lam Qamariya, they stand on it their own. They do not merge with the next letter, and their sound is pronounced clearly. Okay? You can hear the sound clearly. So we'll stop with that today, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم.